Yo everybody, what's up and welcome to the next tutorial video here on Duct Tape Creations. In today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make, how to use Ziploc bag seals in a bifold wallet to make like a little coin pouch. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing you're gonna want to get to make this, the coin pouch for the inside of your bifold wallet is a plastic bag seal, and just the top of it, not the entire bag. Obviously, but when you get one of these, you're going to cut off the rest of the bag, so you just have this piece here. So just the two sealing pieces. So just like this. Okay. So now you're going to take your scissors here, and you're just going to go right at the sides and just cut them right in half, right like that. Okay. And then come to the other side and do the same thing. Just cut right here at the end. So now you have these two separate pieces. So now you're going to take these here, and you're going to come in at 3 inches, which is right there, and just cut that right there. Just cut so it's 3 inches long. Do the same with the other one. Just come in and right at 3 inches. Okay. So now these here you can use as extra to make another one, or just save them for another time you want to use them. So that's cool. Okay. So now these here. So now you have these two 3-inch strips from you have these two 3-inch bag seal pieces here. And now for the next part, you're going to want to cut out these 4 strips of tape here that are 3 inches long. And now this one, I'll explain what to use that one for later. So now you're going to take these 4 strips and just going to stick them together to make a sheet that is 3 inches long. So we're just going to start with these 3 strips here. Just stick them together like that. Take your 4th one and line it up at 3 inches on a ruler or a cutting mat, whatever you prefer to use or whatever you have on hand. Okay, and flip it over again and cover up the rest of the sticky side, just like this. Okay, so now you should have a sheet of tape that's just a 3x3 square. Okay, so now we're going to take this strip here. It's also 3 inches long, and you're just going to want to cut that in half so you have these 2 strips here. So just like that. Okay. So now you're going to take one of your bag seal pieces, and when you have this, rub your finger across the top and make sure that you feel like a little ridge or whatever you want to call it when you rub your finger over, because that's the side you want facing upward, because that's the side you need to seal them together. Okay, so it should go just like this right here. So you're going to take one of your strips here and just going to want to stick it right here at the top of the piece, so just like that. So now it's stuck down onto the bag seal. So as you can see there. So now make sure it's not covering up the actual sealing piece, because otherwise it wouldn't work. Okay, so now you're going to take your other strip here. Actually, this piece here is actually the very top of the plastic bag. This side was the bottom where the rest of the bag was. So where the top of the bag was, you're going to just cut that down just a little bit so you have less plastic on it. So you can stick it on here. Okay, so now you're just going to stick that down just like you did the other one. Just like that. Okay, so now you should have it completely together just like this. You want to come right about there, so right about at the top of the sheet. So right there, if you can see. And then you're going to flip it over and seal down all this. Actually, let me redo that here, because you got to make sure everything folds in place. Okay, so just let's put that there. Okay. And now I gotta seal it over. Okay. So I just have to rearrange that, make sure everything's evened out. Okay. So now you should have that right there. And so now I have a little bit of this extra stuff over here at the corners, so I'm just gonna cut that off here. If you have that problem, you can do the same thing. Just cut it off with your scissors, just like that. Okay. So everything's even and right where it should be. Okay. So very nice. Okay. Sorry about the noise in the background. My family's talking about a show, I guess. I don't know. Okay, but now that you have this sheet done, we're going to move on to putting this into the wallet. So that's really easy. Let me cut out one more strip here. I actually forgot to cut out. That's just going to be another 3-inch strip here. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that out. And you're going to also cut this one in half. So just like that. Okay. So now you're going to want to peel up one of those. And you're going to take your bag seal. Again, rub your finger over it, make sure that the ridge is facing upwards. So now you're going to take one of your strips of tape and just stick it down right here on the bottom. So just like that. So now it's in place. Okay. So once again, guys, sorry about my family talking in the background if you could hear it. Okay. So now stick this down right there at the top. Actually, let me reset that. If that happens that you have it in the wrong place, just be very careful because it will rip the plastic off. You have to start all over. Okay, so now you should have those right in place like that. Okay, so now you're going to want to bring over your wallet. I have this one here. I have the ID holder in it at the moment, so I'll just take that out. Okay. So now what you're going to want to do is put this right here. Okay. And now you're going to want to put this, you're going to stick these together, or just seal them together so they're in place as if you'd be having them in the wallet already. So if you're on off camera, they're just trying to line everything up. Okay. So now you just seal them together like that. So they're stuck together. So now you're going to bring over, put them in the wallet, line the bottom and the sides up, and just seal that down just like that. Okay. So then there you go. So now you can just peel this up just like that, and then that one's right in the place where you want it to be. Okay. So now again, I have this little bit of extra stuff over here on the one side. Just gonna cut that off. Okay. Let me actually get a little bit more off. Okay. Right there. Okay. So now what you're going to do is cut out 3 more strips of tape there, 3 inches long, and seal up the sides and seal up the bottom. Okay, so do that, and then we can move on to just sticking everything together. Okay, so let's move on. Alright guys, so I made a little bit of a mistake just before when I said to seal this, to move on to seal this onto this. You're actually going to only cut out 2 strips of tape and cut them both in half. And the one strip you cut in half, you're just going to scrap the other piece. So you have this one strip here, and another one you're just going to keep both of them. So you have 3 in total. Okay, so now you're just going to take these and stick them down right like this. Just make sure you don't do the same mistake. Make sure you have where the bag seal piece is sticking up, so right there, you want to put it on the back side of that. It's pretty obvious, but of course, didn't realize it. Okay, so now I'm just going to reposition these where they should be. That would be right here. This one got a little, okay, there we go. And the last one right at the bottom. There we go. Now everything's in place where it should be. So there we go. Okay. So now you're going to want to line this up again with the other bag seal. So that would be, let's see if I can find it here. So that's going to be right about there. So right there. Okay. So just like this. Actually, when you come to the top of the part where the billfold is, you're going to want to actually fold that into the billfold. So just like that. Just like that there. And then just flip that over to the other side and stick those down. So just like that. Okay. So now you have the bag seal piece here. So I didn't line up mine perfectly so they're not going to seal together. But while you're making yours, make sure that it's perfectly lined and everything is sealed together so it works properly. Okay. So now you can do this a little bit differently. You can make it you can make the strip. You make the strip 3 inches in height and 4 inches in length. So then you can put it in like you would a card holder. So right here, so it go up to the top. And if you want, you can just make a smaller card holder and stick it right over top of that. So that'd be cool. So that way you can have like a little hidden coin pocket behind the card or ID holder. Okay, so that's pretty much going to end this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. It's really cool. And if you haven't got to check out my tutorial on how to use the Ziploc bag seals in an accordion wallet, go check it out. I'll have an annotation up on the right hand corner of the screen. I'll also have one in the description below if you want to check those out. Okay, so that's pretty much going to end things here. Hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. As always, just enjoy the wonder that is duct tape.